Hey guys, what's going on? RPM Slayer here, bringing you a 15-3 gameplay using the gold PDW, playing some domination on the map Cargo. It's quite an old gameplay, so it may not be as aggressive as my normal new ones, but without further ado, let's get into the commentary. Hope you guys enjoy. So what I want to talk about now is some information we got leaked today, or yesterday actually, I think, depending on where you live. And it was the poster for the Uprising, the DLC 3 for Black Ops 2. I don't know why I said Uprising, but whatever. Yeah, so DLC for Black Ops 2. And basically what we sort of know if it's confirmed. It hasn't been confirmed by Treyarch, but we would assume it's confirmed because this would be about the right time where GameStops and that would be start getting their posters ready to start advertising DLC 3. It's around 2 weeks from now, give or take, when the DLC should be released. So yeah, it should be it's about the right time. That's what really makes me believe that this is not fake. This is a proper leak. And what it's called is Vengeance, and basically it consists of 4 multiplayer maps, which are Uplink, Cove, Rush, and I forgot the last one, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not really focusing on the multiplayer maps. This commentary, I'm going to talk about the zombies and what I think for what's been leaked for zombies. Now, as you've probably seen if you've seen the poster or seen anyone else's video on this, but we've got a new zombies map called Buried, which looks like to be in some underground area. They're wearing cowboy hats and cowboy clothes, so I imagine it'd be in around the wild west, as it may. Who knows if it'll be in the present or in the past. The zombies have blue eyes, so I can assume it can't be too far in the past if it is, but I suppose we'll find out. And what else is very, very interesting on this poster is the bonus zombies weapon. Now, what it is the ray gun Mark II. Now, this is really what I want to focus on this commentary. So, the ray gun Mark II. This is something we haven't seen before. It's not the ray gun Mark II we haven't seen. Obviously, we haven't seen that, but a bonus zombies weapon. When in reality, we get a bonus zombies weapon every single zombies map. They just don't put it on the poster. Like, we've got the Soliquifier and the Blundergat and the jet gun. So we've got a bunch of zombies weapons that they haven't leaked. So why bother leaking the zombies ray gun Mark II? That's what confused me here. That's what got me at first. So why would they do that? So these is a couple of theories I've had that I've just been thinking up, and I've searched online, had a look at people's opinions of that, and this is just what I've come up with. So, what I think is that this ray gun Mark II bonus zombies weapon is going to replace the previous ray gun. I don't know if this pattern will stay in the future DLC, whether the ray gun Mark II will even return in the future DLC, but if it does, I think it will replace the old ray gun. And why I think that is because, ray gun is a gun we've known and loved since Narc on Toten. It's been the first real wonder gun we had, and we were just in love with it to start with. It's the ray gun. It's like it defines zombies in a way. And so with this, as you may or may not know, the Wunderwaffe was actually the Wunderwaffe DG2 was made by Richtofen, and the ray gun was made by Maxis. And so what's interesting about this though is, the Wunderwaffe has the DG2 at the end of it, and this is the ray gun Mark II. So does that have any resemblance? Is perhaps this weapon something that Richtofen was working on prior to getting obviously transported into the Aether? Who knows? It's just kind of interesting. I mean, Mark II could have just been a name Treyarch invented to have no relevance to the DG2 at all. But what if it does? What if this ray gun Mark II is perhaps a combination of both? What it looks like to me is it looks like a combination of the ray gun and the wave gun from the moon map in Black Ops 1. And I think if we were to see that, that'd be epic, but I don't think it's going to work like that. What I think it's going to work like is, instead of shooting like individual pellets, I think perhaps it may combine 1 or 2 of previous wonder weapons. So instead of shooting like individual green pellets or red pellets, if you pack a punch it or not, it may shoot perhaps sort of streamlines, like it's a continuous burst of small or big little pellets. So pretty much like a rapid fire ray gun, but maybe it was less like the green pellets we're used to seeing, and more like actual bullets or little shots or slugs or anything. So I think it's going to be more of a regular gun feel, not more of this magical mystical gun feel. I mean, who knows? I could be completely wrong, but this is just what I think because of the way it looks. It kind of looks like, in a way, I think the ray gun looked more futuristic. I mean, yeah, it's got a bunch of like things hanging off but I still don't believe that it's going to be necessarily more futuristic, more technologically advanced. I think it's going to be different. Now, what I was thinking is the ray gun Mark II. Well, when we hear Mark II, especially, I've heard it in a couple of movies and that, it generally means version 2 of something. So, say if you had, I don't know, you were making a weapon and you made another version of that weapon, or someone else made another version of the weapon, they called it Mark II. So then, what that makes me believe is that someone made this ray gun Mark II. It wasn't just found. Now, this is another theory, by the way. Someone actually made the Mark II, perhaps between the time we were playing Mob of the Dead, from Die Rise to during the time we were playing Mob of the Dead, because there were still things happening between that in the present, because we obviously weren't in the present at that map. So, it may have taken up time, and there might have been things happening during Die Rise and, well, buried. So what I think is someone, perhaps a new character, perhaps Maxis, perhaps Richtofen, perhaps someone was actually working on the ray gun and trying to abuse Element 115 yet again, because we haven't seen any real Element 115 usage in ages. I mean, there are a couple of meteors and maps here and there, but they weren't really related to Element 115, or more the Easter egg, which is why I think that this is going to have a lot to do with Element 115, which, if you don't know, is the element that made the zombies and all the Wonder Guns. I just think that it could possibly come back in a way. Perhaps, I think this weapon's going to definitely cause us a hell of a lot of splash damage, similar to the ray gun, similar to any of the other guns we've gotten. But what I think is this gun is going to be sort of powered by 115, like all the other ray guns. I don't think it's going to be like a modified version of the ray gun. I think it's going to be brand new, sort of like they took the ray gun and they upgraded a step further. But what really interests me is who could have done it, who upgraded the ray gun. I mean, we know that very little people, there were a couple of groups, Group 935 and I think one more that I forget the name of, that were working with 115 at the time of the zombie apocalypse. And it's just strange how there's someone who, after the world has been blown up by missiles and all the tragedies that have happened in all the zombies maps in the past, that someone's still working with 115 and still managed to make the ray gun Mark II. I think that's gonna be a bigger question. I don't know if we're gonna get the answer as to who made the ray gun Mark II, but I definitely think it's going to be perhaps part of the Easter egg to work out who it was, or even perhaps could be a playable character we do not know. And what else is interesting is, what else is interesting actually, just quickly by the way, the map Buried. It kind of feels to me like an old-fashioned, not an old-fashioned, but like it's going to be in an old town. So, if it is set in an old place, like a desert, or perhaps some Afghanistan or somewhere where they're not amazingly technologically advanced, then where do we get the Mark II? I mean, surely it's not on the wall. I mean, if it was on the wall, why wouldn't it be in Moon or somewhere like really advanced where they would have the technologies to make the Mark II? Whereas if they're working in a desert or a cave or underground, caverns or whatever, I can't imagine them making the Mark II like under those circumstances. So, how did it get to this sort of desert location? Was it moved there by someone? Did our characters bring it there? Do we even start off with it? Like, they brought it there from Die Rise. If they were giving it a Die Rise, or all these questions that need answering. I don't think we're going to get answers for half of them. I think half of them won't even be relevant. Treyarch can't even be thinking of them when they continue to the next DLC map. But who knows? Really, who knows? Right now, I'm just speculating and just throwing out ideas that I've got. But honestly, we really don't know. All I know is that I think this Mark II is going to be something beautiful. I mean, I think it's going to be very, very powerful, because the ray gun on its own is really, really powerful. Up to really, really high rounds. I think the Mark II is just going to be even more beast. But what would interest me then is why is this gun on the poster? Like, I don't know. I don't understand why it's on the poster. Like, so we've got this new zombies gun, obviously the Mark II. So is that going to replace, is that going to replace the new Wonder Gun they have? Because in every zombies map they have a ray gun, they have something new. For example, the Liquefier, the Blundergat, the jet gun. You know what I mean? So is this going to replace that? Is this going to replace the ray gun and that, or is it going to be a normal ray gun and this one as like the Wonder Gun, that the new gun that they put in the map? Who knows? I mean, Personally, I would like to see this gun replace the ray gun, and them also have another wonder gun, perhaps something old fashioned, similar to what they have with Blundergat. Blundergat was pretty old fashioned, if you know what I mean. It was a shotgun. It was nothing like the wave gunner or the thunder gunner thing. But who knows, guys? Leave your suggestions in the comments. Tell me what you think of my my little ideas. I've just really been really interested, and this Mark II looks terrific, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the new DLC. So without further ado, leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you later. I can't believe that actually rhymed, but yeah, I'll catch you later, guys. Thanks for watching.